Hi, everybody. I'm Dana Hillman with Invisinet, and I'm here today with Max Garuzzo from ISCS. ISCS is a consultancy focusing on cybersecurity, and Max is a PhD, and we're going to focus on what Invisinet does, why we do it, and why it matters. So here's what we do. We move a foundational aspect of zero trust, which is identity, from the application layer to network session setup. And the reason we do that is because TCP is really, really chatty. And most other solutions are a workaround to that really fundamental flaw in TCP when it comes to security. Traditionally, identity has been focused and invoked at the application layer. We think that's too late. We do that at network session setup at the network layer. And what that looks like is just like this, the old TCP three-way handshake. In that first SYN attempt, that attempt to connect, if identity is not inserted, forget about it. You're not going to get through. And Max will show you that too. So why does this matter? Well, for one, we're breaking the hacker playbook. Reconnaissance is where it all starts. When you prohibit that, you fundamentally hamstring a hacker's ability to gather information. Additionally, we can provide microsegmentation based on identity. No changes to the network. And by the way, it's TCP. It works everywhere, regardless of your current security stack and hardware. So, Max, I know you want to show and I want to see what this looks like in action. So take it away, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I want to show you the difference that is between something that is behind a public IP, normally in a normally way. There is the firewall, there is the router, there is everything that you can put to defend this kind of servers, and someone that is behind Invisinet. It's completely different. For example, I am using urlscan.io, okay, and I'm scanning my company, ISCS Consulting. As you can see, there is tons of public information that I can find, and I can use all this information, all this kind of information to prepare a vector of attack. But if I use the same tool for something that is behind Invisinet, this is the result. It's impossible to find something. This is huge. This is incredible. This is a game changer. But let me start using another tool, using this engine. And as you can see, I find a lot of important information that I can use to prepare a vector of attack. But if I use the same tool against the same IP, where insist some servers that are behind Invisinet, it's impossible to see something. Now, let's jump inside something live, because it's very, very important to understand. So let me do something that can show you and can prove to you that we are not kidding. In fact, this is a map and this is a ping. Now I do live, and mmap, that is one of the most used tools from ethical hackers and from hackers to scan or to do port scanning, to do enumeration, something like that, against your company. And then I do this against my company. This is the same company, the same IP address that you can see here. Okay, exactly the same. So let me launch it live. And then let me launch also the ping. As you can see, with the ping, I'm able to find and to discover that there is something. Okay, now I stop this one and wait for the result of the scanning. We have found 4 ports, and waiting, we find also which are the ports that we have scanned. I want to put your focus on this command that I have put inside the map, -SS. This does mean that I'm not doing the normally 3 ways handshake, but I'm doing only the 2 ways handshake, in which I send out the SYN, I receive back the acknowledge and the SYN, and I stop myself. In this case, your firewall is not able to blacklist myself. So I can do it again and again, scraping the information and putting all of them on the dark web for sale. So in this case, we have found 4 ports. Okay, so let me try And then in this moment, the Mmap is showing me which kind of port are opened in this moment, and then I can exploit. Okay, now we have everything that we need to find a way to enter. But if I use the same tool, the same command against this one that is behind Invisinet, take a look. Let me try live with you. And then enjoy. This is the result, and it's incredible from my point of view, because we see host down. This does mean that there is anything behind this public IP. Seems that there is anything. This is why it's a game changer in Invisinet. Let me try a ping against the same public IP defended with Invisinet, and as you can see, it's unreachable. But let me prove to you that this is not the case. Just because, let me jump just a second inside a computer. I am a remote desktop, and let me show you which is the public IP address of this computer. This is a completely different net from this one that is protected from Invisinet. And then let me try to reach if there is something behind Invisinet. And in fact, as you can see, I can reach immediately the server that is exposing to me services, just because inside this computer there is the TSC. This does mean the driver that gives me the opportunity to reach the server that are behind Invisinet. And then from my point of view, this is incredible. Invisinet is the best in class. You are able to put your company out of the radar from the moment zero. No one will be able to do information gathering or scraping information and to send them on the dark web, but you are able to see everything that you normally have to see. And then thank you very much. And I give the floor again to Dana.
Here's the recap. As Max had mentioned, we're breaking the hacker playbook. We do this by invoking identity at the earliest time possible at network session setup. And the way we can do this is, well, we've got 15 patents around this, beginning with first packet authentication. We'd love to hear from you. I know Max would too. Here's our contact information. Thanks for hanging around. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.